We are back again. We're ready to go. On that note, season 1, episode 4 already. Crazy how we're at season 1, episode 4. It's like we just started this podcast.
It's been a month.
It's been a month. Holy crap. Yeah, we've been doing this for a month.
Maybe one of these episodes will actually get more than 4 viewers.
Well, you know, we'll get there.
As long as we got Hufflepuff, I'm good to go, man. I'll get Hufflepuff a t-shirt that says OG.
Dude, are we going to make t-shirts eventually?
We'll say OGHP. Hufflepuff.
OGHP, got it. OG, original gangsta HP.
Hufflepuff.
No, I get it. I got it.
Yeah.
But it's one word, so I don't know what I mean. HP, one word.
Is it hyphenated?
It's not. It's just
No.
one word.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Stop. Let me start by saying I read 4 of the books. So it's not Hufflepuff
Okay, we're talking about
and like Ravenclaw.
no. It's people's last name.
No, it's all one word.
Rowena.
Yeah, but I thought it was like Spanish people. They have like Jamie Rodriguez Gonzalez. I thought it was like
Nope.
Well, no.
Regina Ravenclaw.
Okay, so when that happens, when like it's hyphenated, it's like 2 families have joined together.
Yes.
Yeah, so like Ravenclaw is just one last name.
But isn't that more common with women anyways?
Wow.
No.
Isn't it like more common for like women to like hyphenate last names? Like a dude would not all of a sudden take his mom's maiden name. Maybe you know what I mean? I don't know. I just thought it was like Regina Ravenclaw.
Wow, what a subject to start out.
What's Hufflepuff's first name? Higgery?
Helga? What?
Helga Hufflepuff?
Helga and yeah.
Helga
I don't know if we're talking about the Twitch person or Harry Potter right now.
No, we're talking about
JK.
Harry Potter right now.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling.
Okay.
I thought it was like Helga Hufflepuff.
Helga Hufflepuff.
I knew it was Gryffindor. I did not think it was like Griffin's door. I knew it was like Gryffindor, but I thought it was Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw.
Did you thought it was like Slither in?
No, I did not. Even though that's what snakes do. That's what snakes do when they're outside. They slither in.
Yeah, they slither in. So you said you read the books, not even based on the movie. So you actually saw the word and saw that it wasn't hyphenated.
Let me tell you my history with the Harry Potter books.
Okay.
Let me tell you my history. It was 4th grade Scholastic Book Fair. All right.
Okay.
I got 1, 2, and 3. Boom, off the jump. One day, brought in a cold 50. 1, 2, and 3. Done. I was the envy of everybody in the class that day. Even the teacher was like, "Oh my God, you got to let me know how good that book is." I got to page 8. Got to page 8, and there I stayed for like 15 years. And then like 3 summers ago, I reread 1, and I read like 1 through 4, and I read part of 5, and then the summer ended, and then I never read it again.
You know, you should read the books.
I mean, I guess now's as good a time as
Well,
any.
you should watch the movies. So
I did watch the movies.
C-Rod is one of those who has seen the movies.
That's my camera.
Yeah.
But hasn't read the book.
So shitty today.
Correct. Yeah, that's correct. I guess at this point I have no excuse. I should absolutely read these books right now.
Yeah.
I have all of the books audio tape. Read by Sir Stephen Fry.
Is that how you consumed them?
No, I actually read them because I'm a goddamn adult.
Right.
But when I drove from from Florida to New York one time.
In that old Kia you used to have?
I never had a Kia in a Sentra, thank you. I put
it was a Sentra, but you had like a hitch, like you were going to tow shit.
Well, I did. I towed stuff. How do you think I got all my stuff to Florida?
I mean, yeah, but that was such a little car.
I mean, it is what it is. But anyway, I put the audiobook from Florida to New York, and that took me like all of 1 and 2.
Wow.
And then 3 and half of 4 got me back.
Huh. I've never done an audiobook. I do a lot of podcasts, obviously. But I've never done an audiobook. Did you feel like you consumed it properly, or do you feel like you still needed to read it?
I mean, I feel like I would have done better if I read it.
Okay.
But Stephen Fry does a really good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
Right on. Well, that's not how any of us plan on starting this. I don't think.
Is my camera super fucking shitty today?
It's a little
It's
laggy.
a little. Yeah, you're a little laggy.
Right? It's like I don't know why.
Yeah, you're a little laggy. Do you have a lot of things running right now in the background?
I have nothing running.
I got the Xbox off, so the only thing juice I'm pulling is just this.
Apparently, my
We gotta buy a long cable.
I can't. There's no port on a MacBook Air.
Ryan, were you saying something?
yeah. Apparently, I got 2 people in this chat right now, and they're trying to, I think, fuck with me.
I don't see anybody in my chat, so I gotta go to your page.
John Blow 2 wants to join the podcast, and he
Who? John Blow 2?
John Blow 2, and Kidmo Lesta apparently has access to all my account details. So.
Oh, good for him.
Good for him.
Or her. Oh, but I don't see anything in your chat.
Dude, so there it is, man.
Because you just got there.
Oh, because I just got here. Okay.
Yeah.
Guilherme, are you better?
I don't think so. I don't know what's wrong with the camera today.
It's a little laggy.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Oh, there's John Blow 2. Is it John Blow like a take on Jon Snow?
I don't know.
Oh.
I do not know.
Troubleshooting a lot at the beginning today.
Well, see, if we would have logged in a little bit earlier, like I feel like we all wanted to.
TBH, it was working just fine before.
Until we went live.
Until we went live. My camera, I think, looks okay.
No, you look great, dude.
Yeah.
But
Let me turn mine.
you're way lighter in the back than you usually are, though.
Yes. Yeah.
I can definitely see your sleeve, though. So that, let me tell you, dude, between the lightness and your hair, I'm
there we go.
pointing at you like you're through the camera. And your hair, that tattoo is popping up,
Dude,
bro.
thanks, man. I appreciate that.
It looks like you just got it done last week.
Dude, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
It looks almost 3D.
You know, I've read this new thing online where, like, to keep up with tattoos, you just have to take an ink pen and just break it and start stabbing, like, tracing over it.
What the hell?
So I've been doing that.
That can't be right.
So my lights are on like white because I don't know if you could tell. I don't know if you like noticed my place, but like that railing used to be white.
Oh, you painted it?
So we're painting the house, and by we're I mean Kayla is painting the house. So
oh shoot!
Kayla painted all of that, and she painted like the door and like I don't know if you could tell, but that bar, that like little island used to be white too.
It's black.
Oh, okay.
So that's black. So
That's wild, man.
Yeah. So that's that.
But it's weird looking at your house from the camera though, because everything's like backwards from when you're looking at it.
Yeah. Well, I think I flipped the camera. I don't know why.
I don't know.
I think it just does that.
Maybe, yeah.
Because right now I see myself normal, but when you post it, the camera's flipped.
Right.
So it just does that.
Well, I think I did that to like, because if I flipped it the other way, like I would be facing this way.
Yeah.
And then it would be like, I don't know. So I just figure if I'm facing this way, it looks like I'm part of the conversation.
Oh, it's like we're at a table.
Makes sense.
That's nice.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, dude. All right, so should we just jump? Wait a minute. You said you had something that was going to rock our boats a little bit. That you said
Dude,
first.
I don't want to jump right into that because you're just going to roll your eyes at me.
Okay, should we jump into trilogies?
Well, wait.
Like,
Before that, I want to do is Ryan okay check? How's your stomach pain and your
Dude,
all your other
thank you
stuff?
so much. I went.
I didn't give a shit. He's here, so he's alive. So okay, that's all I
was
need to know.
okay.
Yeah, but
I like.
Besides his hair, he's not on fire.
I went. I didn't call the doctor again, but I feel fine.
Okay.
I'm a little mucusy, but it is what it is.
Okay.
So, we're alive and kicking.
Wow.
But thanks for checking, Guilherme. You're a really good friend. You know, that's only one good friend in this chat because I played C-Rod in Madden earlier, and he was trying to just run up the score.
was I trying to run up the score, or was I being a nice guy and you were pressing RB and trying to strip on my players and getting me stupid fumbles?
Okay, but like, that's how I play. That's how I play.
And you know that I also play to win. So
yeah, but you were up 3 touchdowns. You were up 3 touchdowns.
I play.
Anyway, I'm just gonna jump into it because I just want to rip this Band-Aid off.
Okay.
There's only one way to play the game.
To win.
How's that, Ryan?
To win. I get it.
You play to win the games.
I know.
I think my mic's a little loud.
I'm just gonna rip this Band-Aid off.
Jesus.
And we're just gonna go with it. Brendan Urie is not the top 5.
No. Get out of here! Get out of here!
Here's why. Let me just say what I gotta say. And then we could talk about it, and then we can move on, because it just hit me this week, and I wanted to bring it up in the podcast early. So, like, originally, Panic at the Disco, what kind of music did they play?
I don't know what it's called, but they're like Fall Out Boy. They're just like screamo,
pop punk.
Pop punk.
It's not screamo. It's pop punk.
Screamo is not the correct answer. Pop punk.
Oh, they're not screamo, but they're like
Here's why Brendan Urie is not in the top 5 of all time.
Here we go.
Because Brendan Urie wasn't even in the top 5 of pop punk.
What? You sound dumb.
He wasn't even in the top 5 of pop punk. There was
because he was too good.
There was no.
I hope that Kid Mono Lestat steals all your account information, because you deserve it.
In fact, the number 1, and I'm glad you said it, the number 1 pop punk singer was the guy from Fall Out Boy, Patrick Stump.
Oh, no, okay. Stop.
And
I don't want to argue.
If he was the best pop punk singer of that time was Patrick Stump. Hands down, hands down.
Okay,
so then, go ahead, C-Ron. I'll let you talk, because
I'm gonna have to mute myself because I can't. I'm gonna just finish.
Brendan Urie couldn't be in the top 5 of all time because he wasn't even in the top 5 of his original music genre.
I can hear him down the hall.
I mean, that's the argument. That's the argument. That's it. He left the chat.
No, he left the call, everybody. I think that fucks up. That probably fucks up.
It did a little bit. It messed it up a little bit. You gotta come back, C-Rod.
I don't think that was worth it. I don't think that was worth it.
That wasn't worth the bit,
it fucked up the whole thing.
That wasn't worth the bit.
I just honestly hit the wrong button. I tried to mute myself.
That's just what it is. It is what it is. I'm pretty well versed in the pop punk scene because that's all I listened to in high school.
So he's not even in the top 5 of pop punk?
No, he's not.
They give me the top 5 of pop punk.
All right, so probably the top 5 of pop punk is Patrick Stump.
Okay.
Will Pugh from Cartel. The guy from the All American Rejects is pretty good. The guy from Coheed and Cambria, I don't know his name. Something
he
Sanchez.
He is
Coheed
really
and
good.
Cambria is dope. Derek Sanders from Mayday Parade. That's my top 5. Oh, Justin Pierre from Motion City Soundtrack.
I just feel like it, and I can't speak to this. You've given me some things to think about. I'll try to be rational.
Be rational.
I don't think that these guys still to this day have good voices, because I think at least Patrick Stump, I think his voice is blown. I don't think he can sing like that anymore. I think when he sings today, I don't think he sings all those songs the same way.
I can't speak. Honestly, I can't speak because I haven't heard him sing those songs.
Let me do some research this week and hear what they sound like today, because the thing with a lot of those guys is that a lot of them blow out their chords, they blow out their pipes, and then they're toast. The thing about Brendan Urie, what makes his pipes so top 5, is that he can scream and do all that stuff and sing high and sing low and sing loud all the time, different genres, and his pipes are pristine.
He's just not in the top 5 of pop punk, which he originally started in.
But
if there were 5 people better than him, back in the day, that to me, like, if we're talking all time, Those
But,
five people were better.
your whole argument last time was that
I know, and then I changed my argument.
Well, he was too like, oh, he's too young. It hasn't been enough time. Maybe he didn't start back in the day, but now he is, because all those other dudes are not as good anymore. But he's still really good. He got better.
Yeah, but Panic at the Disco for much of their career was a pop punk band, and then they switched. Then they had that one album where it was like a weird like Beatles vibe, and it was weird.
That was the second album.
And then Ryan Ross left. And then
is that why you don't like him? Maybe that's why you don't like him.
No. I loved Panic at the Disco. I feel like, again, you're thinking that I hate Brendan Urie and Panic at the Disco.
I think he hates Brendan Urie.
I really like Brendan Urie.
Nah,
there were 5 better people in pop punk than Brendan Urie.
Let me tell you why you're flawed.
By law of averages, he can't be the best of all time.
Let me tell you why you're flawed. Your argument is like taking like a snapshot in time. It's like saying, well, in 2016, LeBron didn't score the most points, so how can he be the top 5 player of all time if in 2016 he wasn't a top 5 player? But I'm looking at the entire body of work. I'm not looking at where somebody started. I don't want to judge. Listen, no.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't want to judge Steve Perry by his first freaking album. I'm not judging Steve Perry. I'm judging Steve Perry by the body of work. I don't want to judge Frank Sinatra by his first little feature. I want to judge him by his body of work. And I ask that you do the same with Brendan Urie.
I am, and I don't think his body of work puts him above the pop punk people that I listed and in the top 5 all time.
So if you were so then what you're saying is that you have your top 5. And then you have 5 people in just pop punk who are better than Brendan Urie. Yeah. And so you think Brendan Urie at best is 10? And there's 5 people in front of him that are just pop punk?
At least he's 10th, yes.
What?
You're insane.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Because I think these pop punk people are better than Brendan Urie.
Today or then?
Probably today.
So you think you got Patrick Stump on a stage next to Brendan Urie, and they got to sing the song.
So I think today maybe Patrick Stump is slightly less.
Okay, so pick one. Pick one of the 5.
Well, but I think of all time, like Patrick Stump in like his heyday, which is what we're judging, the body of work, Chris. I think Patrick Stump in the heyday was better than Brendan Urie. Is better than Brendan Urie now, and I think.
You're fucking wrong.
And I think,
oh my god,
you got to hear these guys, man.
I'll do it.
You have to hear. Okay, we'll do that.
I've heard Brendan Urie. I've heard his album. Caleb made me listen to a song on the Death of a Bachelor one that wasn't Death of a Bachelor.
Brendan Urie hates you and your podcast.
Okay, that was a little rude.
What did she say? She cut out.
So Ryan, when we send you videos of Brendan Urie singing live or whatever, do you watch them or do you just like scroll past them?
You haven't sent me one.
Did
you send me one? You sent me one of him singing like a Broadway song. I'm not gonna listen.
That wasn't him. That wasn't him. That was something else. That was somebody else. That was my 6th. I was just throwing it out there.
Okay.
Just
send it again. Send it again. I'll send you stuff, but
yeah, send me stuff because I feel like you just got your heels planted, man. You just have your heels planted.
Well, I do because it's not in the top 5.
What a weird hill to die on.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to die on that hill, man. He's not top 5.
You probably will.
He's not top 5.
And you know what? If you don't want to say he's top 5, while you're wrong, I can still be your friend. But for you to say that there's 5 pop punk people better than him is like.
But it's true. It just happens to be true.
That's like saying there's 3 Jacksons better than Michael. Like, it's just not true.
I mean,
it's just not true.
Janet's pretty good. Tito is pretty.
Yeah, I don't care.
Tito is probably the most talented Jackson.
Shows how little you know about Jacksons because Jermaine is probably the most talented Jackson.
There's a 20% chance. I don't know.
Okay. Never mind.
There's a 20% chance. I'm willing to die on that hill. I wanted to rip that Band-Aid off now because it just hit me like this week, and I was saving it. I was dodging your calls because I didn't want to say it on the phone.
Yeah.
I wanted to save it for here. It just hit me this week that was the case I was gonna make. Is that
we gotta find a way
of pop punk. Go ahead.
We find this stuff to like play a video right now for the podcast to see. You know what I mean? Like we got to find a way to do that.
I mean, we can
can,
like do a screen share. There's a screen share button.
I mean, I guess we didn't practice
we
it.
Could do that.
log
We could do that next
Next time. That was just the next argument I wanted to.
Because we should have some video clips ready to go. Because this is you're just silly.
Also, next time we're all together playing board games, whether it be here or at Ryan's, we have a Brendan Urie only playlist in the background.
Okay, that's fine. You guys are like twisting my words to make it sound like I just hate Brendan Urie. I don't hate Brendan Urie. I think he's really good. I just don't think he's top 5 all time or top 5.
You don't even think he's top 10.
Huh?
I can't believe he's not even top 5.
You don't even think he's top 10.
I don't think he's top 10.
And not only that, but you have Patrick Stump in your top 10.
Patrick Stump's not in my top 10.
So then Brendan Urie is nowhere close to your top 10 then.
Well, I just said that. He's not top 10.
Jesus. Last week he was like, oh, he could be 6. Now it's like,
Yeah, I just the more I think about it, just like the qualities that I'm looking for in a singer's voice, Brendan Urie is just not all time.
Okay, what are those qualities? What does he not do?
I don't know. I don't. You know, we could talk about
Everybody,
this next
thanks for tuning in to episode 2 of the podcast.
We gotta move on. That was my next argument.
Do we have any viewers right now? Even do we have anybody in the chat?
We had 5 at one point, and then I bored them because they don't agree with me. So.
Oh well.
Anyway, so that was my argument. Thank you for appeasing me.
That sucked.
Is there anything else going on with anybody besides Ryan redoing his house? You said you had stuff.
Well, yeah. I mean, I just got stuff ready to talk about. Man, I got Trilogy stuff. I got lots of stuff to talk about.
Besides the main topic, do you have anything else before we get into the?
How's your video game journey?
The nitty gritty.
Oh, I love Stardew Valley. I absolutely love Stardew Valley. It's so much fun.
Top 2 game of all time.
Yeah, it might be in my top 2 also, behind Madden. No, and Overwatch. Yeah, I started a new farm. I think I'm into season 2 now.
How many
so
times
I'm on
have you
day like
restarted?
30. Well, this is only my second farm.
Okay.
I wanted to restart a third time, but I didn't. Restart a second time for a third farm. But every time like I do something wrong, I'm like, fuck, I should have planted more cauliflower. And I just want to start a whole new farm with more cauliflower.
But that's the sports mentality. It's like, oh fuck, I just want to restart. No, you just roll with the punches.
But
and you got 2 years before Grandpa comes.
It's fun. It's yeah, I don't know. I like it. And I watched like a whole season of Clone Wars today, so I'm almost caught up on there too.
So what achievement did you get?
The achievement I got, 'cause I turned all the spring vegetables.
Okay.
For the community center.
Stardew Valley's hard to do achievements for because all the achievements are super fucking hard.
Yeah.
So, but he's like working the bundles, so that's fine. He's like going to the community center.
The Trundle bundles.
And they have like spreadsheets open and everything.
Yeah.
Cool.
Doing it, man.
Been watching anything?
I binge watched the shit out of Ozark.
Season
you
3?
liked it?
All of it.
It's on my list.
Oh, it's so good. It was so good.
It's so good.
I made a list. I did 2 nights ago or maybe last night. I don't remember. It's fucking hard when you're up all night and I don't remember what day it is. Yeah. But I did all 10 episodes of Dave. Have you seen Dave, Ryan?
No.
Ryan, do you watch Dave?
Dave is it's on my list. Good. I know it's on my list.
Dude, watch it.
I watched it. I watched all 10 in one night. It was super fucking quick.
They're only 20 minutes.
So
yeah, they're like 22 minutes.
It's on my list.
Did you like that show?
I will give you a warning because you don't like bathroom humor. There'll be a tough scene for you, episode 9. But besides that, the show is so well written and it's so full of heart and like you're laughing and crying and it's so good.
Okay, I'll check it out.
I can't recommend it high enough. Did you ever watch Louie when it was on TV?
I saw like an episode. Louis C.K. rubs me the wrong way.
Well, he rubs a lot of people the wrong way, including that poor plant.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I just never got into it. He's funny. He's just like obnoxious a little bit, but I guess that's kind of his
I don't
shtick.
know. I liked his show, but I don't know. The show Dave is like Guilherme was saying, like it's hilarious. Like you're literally laughing the entire time, but then it's also like tackling like some serious subject matter as well, but in a respectful yet comedic way. I know it's very innocent. I like it.
It's so well written.
Yes, Dave.
Yeah, it's
the show chat.
yeah, we're talking about the new show by Lil Dicky.
I literally forgot about it. Guilherme this morning reminded me that the season finale was yesterday, so I watched it this morning. And literally the last scene, the way it just cuts out, it was just like.
Wait,
perfect.
The last episode starts with a 10-minute song.
Cool.
It just starts with a 10-minute song and then it ends really phenomenally.
Yeah.
Wait, so he did like a kind of like a Mandalorian. He did like an episode a week or something.
Yeah, an episode a week.
Yeah, like regular TV.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's kind of like not so loosely based on his life.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
that much I gathered. I just
almost.
thought it was like, here's 10 episodes for you, like they do.
No,
No,
like on TV.
it aired on TV on FXX.
Oh, it's actually on TV.
Yeah,
I thought it was like a Hulu original.
Well, it's on Hulu now too. Hulu and FX.
Yeah.
Okay, where can I see it? It's on Hulu right now. This podcast is brought to you by Dave.
Let me tell you, man, we should tweet him because he'll retweet us back. It's like, I'm not kidding. It might be one of my favorite shows.
Yeah,
it might be one of my favorite seasons of TV.
Interesting.
From beginning to end, there was like no bad episodes.
I believe that it will have good rewatch value. Like I will probably rewatch it again here in a couple weeks.
Thank God, because if you have to rewatch The Office anymore.
Dude, I love rewatching The Office too, man. It's so safe. It's so nice.
You know what doesn't have, and I was just thinking about this, and I don't. This is another unpopular opinion, especially from
my
C-Rod,
camera's
and I'm
all
sorry.
fucked again.
You know what doesn't have good rewatch value? Arrested Development.
That's not true. That's not true.
It's just not the same the second time.
It's better. It's better the second time because then you see all the things that it predicted, not predicted, like foreshadowed.
Yeah, but it's just like it's so outdated now. Some of the stuff is just like so outdated.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's not like outdated to the point where like it's unwatchable.
It affects it.
Like what?
I don't remember because I tried rewatching it probably like 6 months ago, and I got 4 episodes in. I'm like, I just can't do it.
So good. It's like one of my favorite shows to rewatch. I would rather rewatch that than The Office.
Prison Break is still good, even if you're watching for a 10th time. I watched Prison Break once. That was enough for me.
I made a list on Hulu. I think I had Dave. I have Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's Creek is dope.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I want to keep going through.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is funny too.
I have Ozark and Arrested Development too on that list.
One of my favorite shows I think was Sons of Anarchy. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
I never watched it.
No.
It was pretty
What
good.
channel was it? I think it was on the channel I didn't have.
I think it was on USA or FX or TBS or something.
Maybe like Spike.
Yeah, I don't know, something. But that was a pretty good one.
FX sounds right.
That was a pretty good one.
Yeah, Dave is real good. Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a best of all time TV show.
TV show. That's so tough.
No.
That's so tough.
We'll have to break it down like dramas.
It has to be categories: dramas, comedies, and even like time periods.
I just rather talk about like, oh, what have you been watching this week?
Yeah, that's true.
That's way more enjoyable than trying to rank these and disagreeing.
No, because let me tell you, because I Love Lucy is like the gold standard, but you can't put I Love Lucy next to The Office, next to like Seinfeld, and next to like Scrubs. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude! Speaking of Scrubs, Ted died.
Ted died.
Yeah, that's crazy. I know. I saw that.
Damn.
I want to rewatch Scrubs too.
Stop at season 9.
Yeah, I hated medical school.
Season 9. That's it.
It had such a good ending, and then they wanted a little bit more money, and they did medical school, and it was not good.
And they went to like a new channel, I think,
with Dave Franco.
Ugh. Rip Scrubs, man. That was probably one of the best comedies I've watched.
Yeah.
Scrubs,
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll put it up there. I mean, without thinking about it too, I'll say top 5, top 10. Absolutely.
There was at one point it was like the most accurate medical show on TV. Because it wasn't it wasn't like Grey's Anatomy like playing up for the drama. It was just like facts.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It was a comedy show, so that it was more on their relationship and not on the medicine. So it was like they had a doctor on set every day, and there was a report years ago of how Scrubs was at some point the most accurate medical show on TV.
Interesting.
And the musical episode is so fucking good.
Yeah, I love that episode. I also love the Grey's Anatomy musical episode though. It's not bad.
There was a musical episode.
Yeah, where they all
It
sing.
was pretty good.
You know what? So I love a good medical drama, and I've always thought about watching ER because there's like 1,000 seasons of it, but I don't know if that shows. Yeah, The Clune, but I don't know if it's still good. No one talks about it.
I mean, it's still in the air. I mean, at this point, I'm sure it's like one of those like, I mean, the record for like the longest aired whatever's Days of Our Lives or whatever, right?
I think so.
But
yeah.
I mean, it's still going on. It's 30 years.
There's so many different categories because like The Simpsons has been on forever. Saturday Night Live has been on longer than that.
Family Guy's
been on for like 45 years, right, or something like that. It was like the 40th anniversary was a couple years ago.
SNL like since like the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane.
South Park's been on for 20 years already. You know, just insane.
Wild.
I've been watching Black Lightning. I've never heard of Black Lightning, but I'll check it out for sure.
Lightning is a CW show, superhero.
Oh, cool.
I got a question about quarantine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all going out?
Yeah, of course.
But like, what are you doing? Like, are you gonna go out? Like,
well, I mean,
you know what I mean?
We've been going to like, you know, the store,
like Publix or whatever.
Yeah, Home Depot. I went to Whole Foods today.
I haven't been out at all. Like, so I mean, I go grocery shopping, but I just do it online.
Seen you leave.
No, but like I just do it online. I go pick it up.
Well, that's what I did today.
Yeah, like I don't go
every once in a while. I'll like leave and walk the neighborhood, just because I need to get out.
I mean, yeah, I'll do that. Like I'll walk the neighborhood, but like I won't go inside Publix or Walmart or anything like that. I don't go inside Wawa. I'll do a drive-through Dunkin' Donuts.
I went inside Wawa the other day. I wanted a Monster, and then the other day I just left and went to the downtown area. Like when we leave the neighborhood, if you go right instead of going left, and like that little downtown area by the reactors and stuff.
Right.
I just sat there and like sat on the grass just to be outside.
Like that's not bad, but
I haven't gone into like stores or anything.
I mean,
because I know like shit's opening back up.
Yeah, I mean, stuff's gonna open up Monday again.
Are you gonna go to a restaurant?
I think I'm going tomorrow to like pick up lunch from like a band parent that owns a restaurant. I'm gonna go like support them. They're opening back up, so. Do
you see yourself going to a restaurant like sitting down?
I'm not going to
soon?
sit in a restaurant, no.
Yeah, I don't think I will for a while.
Yeah, I think, but like I was thinking about this today. So I think for the foreseeable future, I mean, at least for the next 2 weeks, if not through the month of May, I think I'm still going to pick up my groceries, order them on the app. I think I'm still going to, if I'm hungry, like Uber Eats or pick up takeout, but not sit in the restaurant. I never went to the movies before, so I'm not going to do that. I don't go bowling.
I don't think movie theaters are opening up. If they are, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
But if they are, there's no movies coming out because
they're all
South Florida opens, but everybody else is closed, so they're not premiering movies.
Like I don't think I would go to a mall. I don't think I would. The only thing I think I would do, but like this is just me being just like selfish. Like if the gym was open, I would probably go to the gym, but not because I feel safer at the gym. It's just because that's something I would want to do.
Right.
I would also go to the gym.
Or if our neighborhood have a little like indoor basketball court, if that was open, I would go. If our little neighborhood pool was open, I would go lay out by the pool, but I wouldn't like go to a beach.
There was a report that Disney wanted to open up maybe at the end of May, but at like 50% capacity.
Yeah, I saw
so
that.
whoever gets there, and then they close.
That's wild.
So lines would still be long because lines would have to be 6 feet apart, but I don't know how they would also enforce that because people are dumb. But the times would be shorter, even though the lines would be longer, just because people are further apart.
Right.
I think it'd be weird because the park would be half empty. But even then, I wouldn't risk it because then when you get on the rides, you're still sitting next to each other, front to back, or like you're still super fucking close.
I think I still wouldn't go to Disney either.
People from all over the world, so I'm
think
avoiding that for a year.
What might be smart is they should only open up the state of Florida.
Right.
Like if you got a Florida ID, come on in.
Oh, like to residents?
Yep. Florida residents, come on in. Now's your... I would go. If it was Florida residents only, I would go. And I would just know that like I'm sure they would have like I'm sure the rides would be half capacity and one per row and blah blah blah, or like
but
every other row.
Do that.
Why
they
not?
can't do that because they have to fill up the cars, otherwise it's dangerous. Like there's a weight limit that the cars have to have.
Well, I mean, they test it
like
without
they have
people.
to be heavy. No, they test it with people. They put like sandbags and dummies and everything, and then they test it with people, like real life people.
Well, I mean, but you see like at least at Universal, you see like blank cars just go.
Well, yeah, maybe every once in a while, but I'm pretty sure like they need. That's why they like fill it up to capacity as much as they can. Maybe leave one seat open.
I don't know.
I don't know why my camera is being dumb. I'm going to turn it off again and keep talking.
I don't know. I just feel like as things start to open up now, I think I'm still going to take at least 2 weeks, maybe even a month, watch what happens. And if everybody's cool and everything's like good, then I'll start being good again. I just have no reason.
I'm not going out anywhere.
The only thing I would do is just like, I would go to the gym, but only because that's just something I want to do. And I would wipe down my thing and wash up when I leave and you know what I mean? Like I would
go to the gym when nobody is there. Because I don't know if our gym has hours. I don't know if it's like I don't know if we can just get in with our thing.
I don't know either.
I don't know if that like turns off or if they lock the doors or anything. But if not, I would go in at like 3 a.m.
Right,
while no one's there, and then come back home.
I would go to a restaurant and sit at the bar if it was like half capacity.
But the issue is not you. The issue is somebody's going to show up and is going to sit right next to you.
Yeah, I think I would take my chances because like one of my favorite things in this world is like just going to a bar and having a beer and getting some wings and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't think I'm doing that for a long time. I mean, the only thing I really miss, I never went out to restaurants to sit because I'm mostly going by myself anyway. And stores, I can just order online. The thing I do miss is going to the movies, but that's not opening up anytime soon.
Yeah.
Uber Eats,
even if it did, like
Uber Eats and Grubhub and all these like places are like making bank now because all of the restaurants are on them.
Yeah.
I saw a thing of like a restaurant made $1,000-something off orders, but then after Grubhub took all the shit, like all their taxes, they made like $200. So people are like, if you can order from the restaurant, if they have like a delivery service, to get delivery through them so they can actually have money and not through Grubhub.
I think Grubhub also got in trouble because in New York they were these Grubhub drivers were like accepting them and then dropping them if it wasn't enough money or something like that, or like if they didn't tip them they wouldn't do it. So then all of these restaurants made all this food and then the driver canceled it, so the customer never got the food, the restaurant stuck with the food.
That sucks.
Yeah, shit sucks.
So I think Grubhub got like hit with a fine and now they can't do that and the drivers got fired or whatever, so who knows?
Wild. How do you guys think this podcast is going today? I feel like we're doing all right.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So far so good.
And now a word from our sponsors.
All right, so I don't have any sponsors yet. Sorry.
Yeah, we got sponsors.
All right, so the main topic of discussion is movie trilogies. Movie trilogies.
Top 5 of all time.
All right, so hold up.
Yeah.
I think we did this all wrong last time.
Hit me.
Oh my god.
I think what we need to do is we need to bring up a trilogy. Let's just start with one that I think is going to be on most of our lists. Let's just say like Back to the Future.
It's not on my list.
All right. Well, what I think we do is I think we bring up bring Back to the Future. Let's talk about it. This is why I like it. This is why Guilherme likes it. This is why Ryan does not like it. I like this. Okay, boom. Guilherme, what do you think? And then we just talk about a bunch of trilogies, and at the end, based on everything we talked about, we build a 5.
Yeah. Okay, I'm down with that.
I don't know. I think we should just list our 5.
All right, fine.
I don't want to start because I started the music one and I got shit on all night, so I don't want to start.
Apparently, yours is already wrong, so
I don't want to start.
I'll start.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'll fucking start.
So
now let me tell you.
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. No, please, Jesus, go ahead. Criteria, please.
I was just gonna say my criteria is like Godfather isn't on mine because I didn't put trilogies on here that I haven't watched. I think that's not fair.
Okay,
That's fair.
So like,
I don't have like The Godfather or Lord of the Rings on here.
because you haven't seen them.
No,
All right, that's fair enough.
Wait, Lord of the
All right.
Rings isn't on yours?
I haven't seen it.
See, now yours is wrong, but okay, that's fine.
I can acknowledge that, and when we make a master list, I can acknowledge that.
I gotta tell you guys right now.
I haven't.
I gotta tell you guys right now. There is no way I will be able to make a master list. There's at least one that I'm gonna fucking dig my heels into. That'll be no way it'll make your guys' list. So I apologize.
Go ahead,
ahead
you
of time.
start.
Let's see this hill you're gonna die on. We're gonna have three separate hills we're all dying on at some point.
I got a lot of trilogies. All right, so when it comes to trilogies, here's what I like. I like where each movie can stand alone and be a solid movie. I like some interplay amongst them, but I want to be able to sit down and just watch the second one and not have to be like, wait, what was that from the first one? Like, I don't like when it's like one long movie broken up into 3 movies. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I like them to be able to stand alone, but still have some tie-in, but I don't like cheesy tie-in.
Okay.
Like forced and overdone.
Okay.
So here's some trilogies I was thinking about. I was thinking about like the Men in Black trilogy. You know?
Okay.
I love Men in Black.
Okay.
1 and 2 are both awesome. 3 is terrible. I can't even remember 3. It's not on my list.
Okay.
So it's not a trilogy. So you have a duology.
No, Men in Black's a trilogy. There's a third one.
He's
I know,
just,
but
he's
you
just
don't
saying
like,
the third
you
is
don't like the third one.
Yeah, that's why it's not on my list. I'm just saying.
Okay.
These
It's
are,
not on your list. I thought you're like, this is definitely on my list. I just don't like the third movie.
as my hermanos would say, por ejemplo, for example.
Okay.
okay.
You guys good?
Yeah, we're great.
Awesome.
Another one I was thinking about a lot is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the early 90s. Do you guys remember those movies where they were like eating pizza in the
Nightmares.
sewers and they went back to like Shanghai, China?
And you could see the actor's eyes under the
Through the
turtle's eyes.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nightmare.
And Vanilla Ice, go ninja, go,
Yep.
go. And Shredder, dude, Master Shredder, that's a good one. That might be in my top 5. We'll see. Now, let me tell you an opposite problem I had. So the Men in Black, I had a problem with the third one.
Yeah.
Look Who's Talking, I had a problem with the second one. What's wrong? The Look Who's Talking trilogy is really good. All right, 1 and 3, standalone, freaking solid. 2 is miserable. It's not on my list. I couldn't have it on my list. Okay. Are you really? Are you there?
Yeah.
All right. So enough bullshit. Here's my list. Here's another one that didn't make my list. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man didn't make my list. Do you know why? Because of those like 30 minutes that he was emo Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. It's not on my list. I can't do it.
I agree.
Okay? Here's a list.
Yeah.
Here's a list. In no order. In
Okay.
no order. Ryan, I'm looking at your face and I know you're going to hate my list. I'm stressing out. Okay. 1. No order. Mighty Ducks. Solid fucking trilogy. D3, Mighty Ducks. They beat the Iceland team. Reminiscence of the Miracle on Elm Street from the 80s.
Miracle
when we
on
beat
Ice.
Russia in hockey.
That's
You know what I'm talking about?
Nice.
Yeah, that's
Mighty
Nightmare on
Ducks.
Elm Street. Yeah, I got it.
Boom.
Or Miracle on
2,
34th.
in no order.
A lot of movies.
In no order. Back to the Future. In my opinion, Back to the Future is the perfect trilogy. It is the gold standard that all other trilogies should be ranked against. I'm not saying it's the best necessarily, but it is the most perfect, condensed, idyllic trilogy. Back to the Future. Number 3, in no particular order. The Christopher Nolan Batman. I really like the Christopher Nolan Batman. Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises, and then The Dark Knight Ascension, or whatever it was called with Bane. What was that one called? Batman Arkham Knight?
It's Dark Knight, or Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, that one. Great trilogy.
That's a good one. Okay.
I'm realizing now that I had a whole list of trilogies, and I highlighted the ones that were my top 5. I only highlighted 4. So let me go through. Oh, here's a good one. Here's a good one. But this is the same problem as Men in Black, because let me tell you, here's an underrated trilogy, except for the third movie sucks. The Addams Family. Addams Family, 1, awesome. Addams Family 2, Family Values, where they go to camp, awesome. Addams Family 3, never saw it. It was terrible.
Okay. Oops. Sorry.
I think Oh my God, my fourth one. I can't go Indiana Jones because they made a fourth and a fifth.
But we talked about that last time.
We can excuse the fourth.
We're gonna excuse the fourth for Indiana Jones
because like shit like that was made as a trilogy, and then they cash grabbed the fourth movie.
Yes.
Oh wait, how many did I say? What was my four so far? What did I say? I said Mighty Ducks. I said Back to the Future. I said Chris Nolan Batman.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with, for my fourth, I'm going to go with, let's go Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Let's go with it. Slash Aladdin. You have Aladdin.
Oh my God.
No, listen, it's good. Return of Jafar wasn't good, but Aladdin and the 40 Thieves, Robin Williams came back to play the genie for that one. It's actually pretty good. The 40 Thieves is really good. So Aladdin's my fourth.
Wrong.
So it's Mighty Ducks, Back to the Future, Christopher Nolan Batman, Aladdin, and my fifth. This is going to be the hill that I die on. This is my number one trilogy of all time, in no order, but it's my number one trilogy. Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery, Spy Who Shagged Me, Goldmember, unbeatable. Austin Powers.
Can I
boom.
Go ahead. Can I critique your list for a second?
Critique it. 6 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. That's 6.
It seems like your lists. Some of the things on your list weren't trilogies. They were just a series of 3 movies that they made in the same, like, from the same property.
Agreed.
Okay. Like what?
Like
the
Austin
Addams
Powers.
Family.
Oh, they're so good. No, but it's like James Bond, where they're connected, but they're like not connected.
Yeah, but it's not a trilogy. It's just 3 Austin Powers movies.
And like
Yeah.
James Bond isn't in the trilogy except for like the Daniel Craig ones. Like you can tie
because
those
there's more
together.
than 3.
No, I know, but like you can tie those movies together. That's the thing in the beginning that I didn't agree with, where you're like they have to be good standalone movies, and they can loosely tie to each other. I think good trilogies very much tie into each other.
Well,
Like,
okay.
Yes, they're good. Like you can watch them individually, but you need the other ones. That's what makes a good trilogy. It's a full story told over 3 movies, not 3 individual stories that loosely tie together.
See, I prefer it like this, almost like The Mandalorian. So now that I've seen a lot of Clone Wars, I'm remembering a lot of Clone Wars stuff in The Mandalorian. I didn't need it when I watched Mandalorian. So I like to be able to where you don't need the other movies to watch it, but if you have all 3, then it makes it way better. And I think that's true with Austin Powers.
I understand
I don't
that,
think Austin
but, like,
Powers is a trilogy.
There's 3 of them.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's a trilogy.
But I think and like they're 3 movies. They're not a trilogy. They're not one story told over 3 movies. You know what I'm saying? I think they're just 3 movies from the same property.
I got a feeling I know some of your trilogies, and you're about to eat some of those words, because I got a feeling that some of your trilogies aren't going to follow that same rule.
Okay.
I think you're dead wrong.
Because let me tell you, and because from what you just said, in my opinion, that I don't think any of the Avenger trilogies belong on there.
The Avengers
Good,
aren't a trilogy.
none of them are on my list.
You didn't have any of the Iron Man or the Captain America?
No.
I could have sworn you were going to have Captain America trilogy on there.
No. I thought about it when you were listing your criteria. I'm like, oh, in those criteria that I didn't think of, the 3 Captain America movies would have been pretty solid. But those are 3 Captain America movies. They're not a Captain America trilogy because it doesn't tell one thread throughout, because they're placed so far apart from each other.
Right.
Like Captain America: Civil War doesn't take place right after Winter Soldier.
And
So
that's what you like when it comes to your trilogies?
Yeah, I want one thread through the whole movie, through all the movies, or like one complete story. So should I go next? I feel like Ryan is always the wild card and is going to have. I thought he was going to do that today. You were the wild card today.
I think my trilogy list is. I can't even talk. I just.
Do you want to go next or do you want to go last?
I just need some time to cool off.
Why? What's wrong?
Okay, let me go through mine then.
What a weird hill. That's a weird hill. You want to talk about
Austin
weird
Powers
hills?
is so good.
Guilherme,
It's
go
so
ahead.
good.
Now, I have something on my list that I abbreviated, and I don't know what I meant. So I'm just gonna start with my. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, I am so sorry to do this. We laughed about this last week, and we just never got to it. Me and Ryan were laughing in the chat while you were telling a story about being in Brazil, and I wrote Esponja Bob in the chat.
Oh, go ahead.
And we never got to it.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, what are some funny TV shows that are like standard, but the Brazil title is like funny? Like, for example, like SpongeBob is something everybody knows, but like in Spanish, it's called like Esponja Bob. And that's just kind of like a little funnier. So, like, what did you call SpongeBob in Brazil? Did you call it Esponja Bob?
So I moved from Brazil when I was 4. I don't remember watching anything.
All right, let's go back to the trilogies.
No, so sorry.
Right.
Even and then when I did watch movies, it was just English movies that I just put sub Portuguese dubbing. So it was still Toy Story.
Is this what it feels like to fucking strike out at the plate, Ryan?
Yeah. And you are doing a marvelous job at it. You were never good at baseball, were you?
Never.
Yeah.
I struck out in slow pitch softball.
You told me
I did a
that story.
slow pitch softball man league with like band directors when I was in college. And some of them don't remember I was on that team. Like they still like meet me every time they freaking see me. And I showed up to the first game, and I think I brought a 6-pack of beer with me, and they were all like taking batting practice. I was like, this is not what I signed up for. It's a little more serious.
Yeah.
So, in no particular order, except for my number 1, because I have a number 1.
Austin Powers.
I put no. I have Indiana Jones, the Indiana Jones trilogy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, phenomenal movie by itself.
Yeah.
Temple of Doom, it dipped a little bit. I don't know why they did a prequel. Last Crusade, so fucking good. It's such a good movie. It's perfect. I also have the Nolan Dark Knight trilogy.
Woo-woo.
I think those movies are very good. Batman Begins is a solid movie. The Dark Knight is, it won awards. It's a great movie. Dark Knight Rises lacks a little bit. I think it's a little long in the tooth. It just a lot, but it's a good movie. This abbreviated thing I don't know what I meant. I might have wrote it at night and then autocorrect might have fixed it, but I think it's the original Star Wars trilogy.
What does it say in your phone? What do you have written down?
It says OGDE. So don't know what that means.
Original.
But I A New Hope, Empire, and Return of the Jedi tell one story, and to this day it holds. Little curveball, the Toy Story trilogy, 1 but not 4.
Oh yeah,
1, 2, and 3, because they made a 4th one later, but 1, 2, and 3 is a finished story.
Right.
1, 2, and 3 are so good, and it might, and I don't know if it resonated with you guys, but Toy Story 3 came out the year I graduated from high school, and it was about Andy graduating and leaving, and like leaving all his friends, whatever, and I was like crying in theaters.
Oh yeah.
And then my numero uno, Back to the Future.
Yeah.
The best trilogy, and I'll tell you why.
Here we go.
Back to the Future 1 is the perfect movie. There is no lost time. It's a quick like hour something, maybe 2 hours, 10 minutes. But it's quick. There's zero lost space. It's in and out. And then Back to the Future 2 and 3 were filmed together. They actually released 6 months apart, I believe. That's why at the end of Back to the Future 2, there's a trailer for Back to the Future 3.
Yeah.
And those two are actually a little bit more connected than Back to the Future 1 feels a little separate until the end of Back to the Future 2, when they go back to like the alternate 1985, where Biff is like a casino guy. And I was thinking about this, ranking these. Back to the Future 2 was always my favorite. I'm sure it was for you guys when you were little, just because of the future stuff
and the hoverboard.
Like, that's so much fun. Blah, blah, blah. Back to the Future 2 is, I think, my least favorite now. I think it's 3 on my list. I actually prefer Back to the Future Part 3 better now, Back to the Future 2, it drags for the first hour. Like in the future, when they go to the future, it's slow. Like nothing's happening. It doesn't kick back in until they go back to 1955.
Right.
Or 1985 and they have to fix it. But Back to the Future 1 is the perfect movie. No time wasted. In and out, tells a great story. Yeah. That's my list. Back to the Future, Toy Story, the original Star Wars trilogy, Dark Knight, and Indiana Jones. I don't think I have an honorable mention. I didn't think of any thing that stood out that I was like, oh yeah, this is really good. Maybe the prequels.
Yeah, I mean,
I really like the prequels.
That was a great list.
That was a good list. Let me talk about Star Wars original trilogy real quick. Let me talk about Star Wars original trilogy real quick. At this point, Star Wars original trilogy is gone the ways of like Gone with the Wind and Casablanca, which are just like on every list of like all-time great movies. But like we were saying today, sometimes when you watch them, especially the fourth one, it's like it drags a little bit. It's just like it's not really up to date. And if you're like a Star Wars junkie like I am now that I've seen almost all the Clone Wars, there's like no lore. How do you have a trilogy with no lore?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I was actually just thinking that maybe 2 weeks ago. Like, they created these movies, like the prequels created the lore.
Yes.
The original trilogy was very like, oh, well, this happened, so we have to do this. Like, wait, what? Like, they're like, I watched it very, I don't know, not closely, but recently. That's the word I was looking for. Sorry, I had a stroke, I think. Recently, and like, I was just thinking of the plot. Like, I know this happens and I know this happens, but I don't know how it got there. And like, from here to here, there was literally nothing. It just like happened.
Yeah.
So I agree. I mean, Star Wars is also on my list, but I agree in that. Like, it's just like there was no
can
lore.
I defend it real quick?
Yeah,
please.
So, besides being movies I enjoy, Star Wars changed how movies are made, special effects wise, and how they're released, and all that stuff. Like, it was the first movie, and I believe George Lucas got fined because the credits weren't in the beginning. Like, the actors, there weren't title cards and what the actor's name in the beginning. He put all the credits at the end because he just wanted the movie to start. He didn't want the people to be taken out of it. So it changed movie making in that sense. It changed the special effects industry. They created techniques which are still used today. They created techniques that hold up today. With these lightsaber fights and the first movie, that first panning shot of the Star Destroyer going over the camera, it still looks really fucking good. The prequels are a mess because they try to explain everything that was in the original trilogy. Where the original trilogy set up all those questions like, oh, what are the Jedi? What are the Clone Wars? Who are the Sith? Yeah, like all that stuff. And the prequels try to answer everything. So yes, the prequel's full of lore, but sometimes it's annoying. It's like, okay, I didn't really care about the trade disputes on a planet, going to the Senate and talking about the banking clan and talking about the bureaucrat. Like, that's boring. Especially since they're technically kids movies or like young teen movies, whatever. But the original trilogy, I mean, A New Hope, and we were talking about this the other day, A New Hope does drag in the beginning. But Empire is one of the best movies of all time. It's one of the rare cases that the sequel is way better than the first one.
True.
And then Jedi just builds off. I mean, you can't tell me you weren't hype when Luke shows up in the all black outfit. And he's like super calm, and he's like, "Oh, this is Jedi Luke." And then he comes by and he does the thing, and he gets his green lightsaber.
When I was a kid, my freaking tits fell off. Yeah.
Yeah, Jedi is so good. Empire is phenomenal. Jedi is good. A New Hope does drag in the beginning, but you need most of these first movies, except Back to the Future, to be honest. Most of these first movies and trilogies have to set up a story, so they do drag for the first hour.
Now, I wonder if the Star Wars saga was released chronologically, a la the Harry Potter saga. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder then...
Like any other story, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder then what, like, what movie would be good. Like imagine if the Harry Potter movie, if like the fourth one was just like randomly incredibly boring. You know what I mean? Like the movie just like went like this and then went for an entire movie and then kind of came back. It's just like, I don't know, weird to think about.
Yeah, it is weird. And I do love Star Wars, and I can see myself being biased. I could see this not being on the list, whatever. Also, the soundtrack and like everything about the original trilogy is like phenomenal.
Yeah.
With Johnny Will at the top of his game, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
But yes, now you know, like watching all this supplementary stuff like the Clone Wars and watching the prequels over and over again, Mandalorian and the books and all this other extra stuff, it does make the older movies better because like the prequels made the originals better because you can see Anakin before he was Darth Vader. You could see where this lightsaber came from. You could see Obi-Wan before he was an old man, like shit like that.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool, but sometimes it got too much when they were like trying to explain everything. I mean, the midichlorians are the
that was
example
stupid.
of that. It's like shit like that is annoying, but that's why I put the original. The sequel trilogy is good. I mean, I like it. I know a lot of people have issues with it, but
I like it too.
That's not anywhere near the top 3 best trilogy or top 5 best trilogies. But yeah, I stand by the original Star Wars and all my other ones, and Back to the Future being being number 1.
Yeah.
Ryan?
All right, so I have some honorable mentions that I'd like to say.
Okay.
My number 1 honorable mention is The Matrix trilogy.
Okay.
And it's not on my list because 1 was awesome, and then 2 was
the
just
other two
so
dog
bad,
shit.
just so bad. But I think it created like this cool kind of like environment, and yeah, it told the story. It just got a little outlandish, but I think all in all, I think it was a good trilogy, and it kind of set some basic like the iconic like Matrix, like it's just like a big
slow-mo,
pop culture thing.
Yeah.
So it's an honorable mention. It's not on there, but it was close.
Some of them are just so boring.
But the first one is so good.
Yeah.
The first movie is so
That's
good.
the only one I've seen.
So good. That's
the
all
first
you
one
really
is
need to
good.
see. Next honorable mention is Die Hard.
Die Hard trilogy.
Die Hard
I only
trilogy.
saw 1 though. I only
Again,
saw Die Hard 1.
Die Hard 1 awesome. Die Hard 3 was
Isn't there more than 3 though?
the fuck damn worst.
There's like 7 now.
Yeah, there's a lot, but originally it was just like
the
a
3 are
trilogy.
like a story. Okay.
1 was good, 2 was okay, 3 was terrible. It is what it is. All right, number 5. No, wait. I have one more honorable mention. I'm sorry. The Terminator trilogy.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Terminator 2, another
And
rare example.
That's
of
another
sequels
rare
better than the
example where
original.
Terminator 2 was way better than Terminator.
Yeah.
And then Terminator 3 was not great, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. So those are my honorable mentions. Number 5 for me, and you're gonna yell at me, whatever. Pirates of the Caribbean. I think first one was good. Second one was pretty
That's
good.
a good one. That's a good one.
And then the third one was a little weird.
Yeah,
But-
it started getting off the rails, but I agree that the first one was a solid movie.
I think that's number 5 for me is Pirates of the Caribbean.
Is the third one with Selma Hayek?
No, that's the 4th one.
Oh, okay.
The third one is at World's End, right? With the
Yeah, it
like,
like
all the
the
different pirates, like Keith
the
Richards is
crack.
in it.
Yeah, Keith Richards.
Oh, yeah.
It is what it is. So that's number 5. Number 4, another kind of weird one, but I'm gonna stand by it. The Bourne trilogy.
Okay.
The Bourne trilogy is dope.
I haven't seen all of them. I've seen the first one.
And if you haven't seen all of them, they are dope, action packed, and who doesn't look like want to watch Matt Damon? You know, no homo, but
I have an
2020, man.
honorable mention. I have an honorable mention after you're done. I just remembered.
Number 3, Toy Story.
Solid.
Okay.
The story is a good trilogy.
Number 2, Star Wars original trilogy. And number 1 is The Lord of the Rings. Now,
Okay.
Wow.
I
can
am
accept that.
willing
Wow.
to die on The Lord of the Rings being the best. Back to the Future was not on there. Sorry. But
It wasn't even an honorable mention. That's a little hurtful.
well, because you already talked about it. I mean,
okay.
it's obviously a great trilogy, and I just didn't want to take more time on it.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings is exactly what you had said in the beginning, where it is literally one story told over 3 movies. They have one objective from the beginning of the movie, and it is completed at the end of the 3rd movie, with adding interesting characters and like adding to the plot and not straying too crazy from the plot. All 3 of them could be a standalone movie. The only downside is they were like 3.5 hours each. But like, and I also don't think it has a fair advantage because it was literally a book before a movie. But
Right.
but because the storytelling from Tolkien was like so good, the fact that they were able to take that and not mess it up in a trilogy, I think has a lot to say.
I can agree, and I want to watch them like soon, probably in the next week or 2. I'm going to watch all 3 of them.
I think after you watch them, I think your number one's going to change.
I don't know about that. Just because I've been watching Back to the Future since I was a kid, it's just a nostalgia thing. But I could see it dropping either The Dark Knight or Indiana Jones for my list.
It's just like it is the perfect. It's perfect.
So my honorable mention was Mission Impossible. You reminded me because you said Bourne, but not the first 3, because Mission Impossible 3 is dog shit.
See, Rod, you lost all rights to make stank face at trilogies with your fucking Austin Powers, by the way.
My trilogies are so good.
Mission Impossible 4, 5, and 6, Rogue Nation, Ghost Protocol, and Fallout are legitimately they're great standalone movies for you, but they also tell one story, and it doesn't. There's some stuff that ties back into the original 3, but you should legitimately watch the last 3. And I'm not usually a huge fan of like super action movies, whatever. But the last 3 Mission Impossible movies are so good, and again they're tight. They don't really waste time. They're really good. That'd be my honorable mention is Mission Impossible 4, 5, 6.
That's a good one. I like that.
Now, I can understand and appreciate, without ever having seen Lord of the Rings, like the cinematic value of those movies and the storytelling and the
Won like 11
the world,
Oscars.
just the world building that Tolkien did, and like even just that world building influenced Dungeons and Dragons and Game of Thrones and a fantasy genre, and I can respect that. So that can go on the top 5. That's fine. I think we all have the Christopher Nolan Batman? No,
we did.
I did not. I'm willing to put it on. I mean, as soon as you said it, I was like, I didn't even think of that. But I liked all 3 of those movies. I would not mind putting it on.
I didn't have Star Wars on mine, but I'm willing to understand the cinematic value of it and the nostalgic value and again just the genre building of sci-fi fantasy. Like I get that. So Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, totally cool with. Well, what I just feel like you guys missed on this list.
There's no way Austin Powers is on there. There's no fucking way. There's absolutely not a chance in hell. I'd put Brendan Urie on the top 5 of all time singing list if this stays off, because there's not even a chance. There's no way. And if you're really gonna fight over this, there's not a chance that's ever happening.
You need to get Kayla to confer.
Kayla, have you seen Austin Powers? Is it a trilogy? First of all, is it a trilogy? First answer is no, not a trilogy. Second of all, why is it not a trilogy? Top 5 of all time trilogy list? She doesn't even like those movies at all.
Yeah. They are funny movies. I don't know if watching them today I would laugh like I did when I was 14.
Hold on. So you think Austin Powers added so much to the cinema world that it should be in top 5 all time?
Okay,
Of all the movies made, you think Austin Powers deserves to be spoken? Top 5 all time.
Okay. So here's what I think. I think my list has movies that are like good, down home, down to earth, good. Just put them on a Sunday afternoon and dig in and watch movies. The thing about the Austin Powers movies that I think that we forget, one, that we forget the star power of Mike Myers and where he was at the time, coming off of like Saturday Night Live and Wayne's World, and he was doing like Shrek. And here's
the first three Shrek movies are better.
If you're going to put a Mike Myers movie on, it should be Shrek 1, 2, and 3. Time out. This is important to note. The three Austin Powers movies came out the exact same summers as the Star Wars original trilogy movies. Do you know what the number one movie all of those summers were? The Star Wars movie. Do you know what the number two movie all of those summers were? Austin Powers. Number two movie in the country. They would have been number one if it wasn't for Star Wars. I think it started the genre of like the spoof movie. No way.
Because it spoofs like 007 and all that kind of shit. Yeah, absolutely.
Scary Movie was the original one.
What year did Scary Movie come out, and what year did Austin Powers 1 come out?
But Austin Powers wasn't a spoof movie.
It's a spoof of like 007.
It's the spoof of 007.
No, I understand that it's spoofing,
but it's not like a direct.
But it wasn't
spoof.
a spoof movie.
But this is what started the spoof movie genre. This was the first one.
No.
Yes.
Scary Movie started. No, Scary Movie spoofed Scary Movies.
Scary Movies took what Austin Powers did and changed it and said, okay, instead of spoofing one,
fine. I'm willing to lose this battle. Fine. Austin Powers isn't on the list. There's no way.
I think you have Beyonce's acting debut. You have Mike Myers playing multiple characters in a movie before Eddie Murphy did in Nutty Professor. I think you have, Rob Lowe coming back out of nowhere. Rob Lowe came back.
Austin Powers came out in 1997 and The Phantom Menace came out in 99. So they were not the same.
But before Scary Movie, how about that? How about that? Before Scary Movie, how about that?
So
how do you like me now?
Yeah, okay, that's great.
Look at maybe the third one. I think the third one maybe came out the same summer. Second and third. Check out the third one.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ross.
Keep talking.
Go ahead, Ross.
I just want you to know that in 1997, when the first Austin Powers movies came out, these were the heavy hitters.
Let's go.
Titanic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
The top movie of that year. The Fifth Element, a phenomenal movie.
That's a good movie. Not a
Good
trilogy.
Will Hunting.
Good movie.
The animated Hercules.
Good movie.
Phenomenal movie.
Hold on. So are you naming them in order of gross?
That doesn't say. I can look that up though. Men in Black.
Good movie.
The first one. Batman and Robin. Not a good example.
Okay.
I love that movie. That was almost on my list if there wasn't a fourth one.
Anastasia. I like that movie. Jurassic Park 2, Lost World.
Yeah.
The Jurassic Park was a good trilogy, except the third one.
No, it was terrible.
Except the third one.
No, the third one was not good, and I don't think the second one. The second one was also not solid.
The second one was also not
came out that year. Starship Troopers came out that year. It's a good year for movies.
Oh, okay. First of all, Spaceballs. Didn't Spaceballs start the spoof movie? Didn't the Mel Brooks movies?
It did.
Probably.
The Naked Gun movies?
Yeah, okay, you're right. Okay. Let me back up.
That's two things that we debunked in 2 minutes.
If we don't want Austin Powers on the list, that's fine. It's my number one favorite trilogy of all time. That's fine. It has been on the list. But Mighty Ducks
it's your number one
list. Mighty Ducks needs to be on the fucking list.
Never seen it, so.
Mighty Ducks? Never saw the Mighty Ducks?
No. So, do you want me to hit you with the top grossing movies of 1997, the year Austin Powers came out?
Let's go.
Titanic.
Number one, Titanic.
Has to be Titanic.
No, Men in Black.
Really?
And then Jurassic Park, Lost World. And then Liar Liar. And then Air Force One. And then Titanic. And then Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, because it got re-released.
Yeah.
And then The Godfather. I don't know why.
Probably a re-release.
And then My Best Friend's Wedding. And then Face Off. And then Batman and Robin. And then George's Jungle. Con Air, Contact, Hercules. Tomorrow Never Dies. I don't see where this is.
Well, if Titanic's not on that list, then Titanic must be on the year before or something.
No,
Check
Titanic was on the list.
Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery, number 33 highest grossing of 1997.
Hey, that's 2 threes for a trilogy.
All right, no. So could you look up what year was the second one released? Because that's going to be the tell.
Yeah, the second one's the tell.
There's no way Austin Powers on the list. The Mighty Ducks.
99. That came out the year of The Phantom Menace.
Okay, then let's do that. Let's do 99. Let's do everything we did with 97. Let's do it with 99.
Grossing.
The Mighty Ducks.
What's the square root of 9?
3.
Austin Powers trilogy.
No, there's no way. It's Jesus Christ. There's no way. There's no way.
I just want you to let you know too. I think 95 was Toy Story 1. 99 was Toy Story 2, and that is definitely going to be above Austin Powers.
100%.
No way.
100%.
No, not The Spy Who Shagged Me. Spy Who Shagged Me changed the world. Spy Who Shagged Me changed the world. You guys just forget.
I mean the best Austin Powers was Goldmember.
No, it was the second one, Spy Who Shagged Me. The one with Heather Graham. That was the best one.
No.
That is really good.
No way. See, that's how I know you're just talking out of your ass because you don't even have the right movie right.
Who's in the chat? Because Goldmember was not the best movie.
Goldmember was the best movie.
No. We need numbers, Gilly.
I know my shit's not loading. Keep talking.
I don't want to even talk to Chris.
Why do we do this, man? Why do we keep doing this? I'm trying to pick
top
good
grossing movies of 1999.
Number 1.
Star Wars: The Phantom Menace.
Star Wars. Boom. Number 2.
The Sixth Sense.
Now number 3. Trilogy.
Number 3, Toy Story 2.
Oh.
Number 4. Number
Austin
4.
Powers, Spy Who Shagged Me.
Spy Who Shagged Me. Number 4. Thank you very much. Right there.
Number 5, The Matrix.
Wow.
Now let's go look. Let's go look number 3. What year that came out? That came out.
Look at these movies though. 99. Tarzan, Big Daddy, Mummy.
Oh,
Blair
the
Witch.
Mummy.
The
Mummy trilogy
Mummy.
is not solid though.
1 and 2 are good.
American Pie came out that year.
American Pie is a good trilogy.
pretty good
The first Pokemon movie came out that year. That was really good. Green Mile. It's a good year too.
99 was a good year. Let's get the year for the 3rd Austin Powers movie, Goldmember, because I think that also came out the same year as a Star Wars.
Wait, so The Matrix was right behind Austin Powers 2.
Look at that. Matrix 1.
Yeah,
look at that.
But Austin Powers 1 was 33.
But
Matrix 1
sometimes,
was
as
50.
we know this, sometimes the second movie takes off more, like Empire Strikes Back, like The Godfather 2, like we've been talking about the whole fucking time.
This came out way before Episode 3. Episode 3 came out in 2005. This came out in 2002.
But did Episode 2 come out in 2002?
Episode 2 did not come out in 2002, I don't think.
When did Episode 2 come out?
It's a good question. We're about to find out. Not this year because it would have been number 1.
All right, let's go.
Never mind. It is this year.
Let's go, 2002. Let me hear we got 2002.
But it's not number 1.
Let's hear what number
Can you
1
guess
is.
what number 1 is?
If it's Goldmember, I'm going to jump off a bridge.
It's not.
Is it The Matrix 2?
This is a solid year for movies, everybody.
Wow. Here
Number
we go.
1, the first Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, which is a good movie.
Okay.
Good movie.
That's a good one.
Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. 3, Ryan, Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
Wow. Okay.
Ooh.
Harry Potter, Chamber of Secrets, another good sequel.
That was 2002?
Yeah, the first one was 99, right?
Oh,
or
yeah.
maybe
crap.
2000.
2000.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding, Signs, Austin Powers Goldmember, number 7, above Men in Black 2. And but everything above Goldmember is not good. Men in Black 2, Ice Age, Die Another Day, Scooby-Doo, Lilo and Stitch. Oh, Lilo and Stitch is all right.
Ice Age is pretty good.
Ice Age is okay.
I'm telling you, I don't think Austin Powers gets enough like street credit. I don't think people remember it like fondly enough.
Oh,
It's
Scorpion
hilarious.
King and Spy Kids 2 came out that year. And Blade 2.
Let's build this top 5. Let's just
So everything you said was wrong. So
Yeah,
you said it was right behind.
literally.
It was number 2 behind every Star Wars movie. You're wrong because they didn't release every year the same year. The first one didn't.
It was pretty good.
And they were super far from number 2.
Yeah, but they're pretty. I mean, they're top 5.
Well,
One
then
of them was
again,
top 5. The second one was top 5.
to defend C-Rod, which I hate doing, to defend C-Rod, he said summer.
Summer, baby.
And we didn't look up the summer stats, we just looked up of the whole year.
Of the
Summer,
year,
baby.
yeah.
Summer, baby.
But I'm not defending C-Rod because he's wrong.
All right, so let's do this. Let's build the top 5. Let's all agree. Can we all agree that Lord of the Rings is on there?
Yes.
I think for sure 4 out of 5
I will
we
watch
know
it.
are on
I
there.
will try to watch it before the next podcast. If not the next one, definitely the second.
I know.
In 2 weeks.
I know Lord of the Rings is on there. I think we
got
all
Star
agree.
Wars.
Star
Yeah.
Wars is on there. I think we all
Back
agree.
to the Future.
I think Back to the Future's on there. I think we all agree.
Batman.
Yeah.
Chris Nolan, Batman.
I think Batman's on there. I think we all agree.
Yeah.
4.
Austin Powers is not on there.
So there's a 5th. Okay, so no, let's just talk about the 5th one. I like Austin Powers. I like Mighty Ducks. and I like Aladdin. We didn't talk about Aladdin. Let's talk about Aladdin real quick.
That should tell you its place on the list.
Let me tell you Aladdin real quick. Aladdin 1.
Jafar is garbage.
Okay.
Aladdin's not on the list.
Okay,
all these
Disney,
Disney animated sequels that went straight to DVD or straight to video because they didn't get funding. All the animation sucks. You might have it in your brain that it looks exactly the same as the theatrical release Aladdin. The animation is so god awful for both of them. For 40 Thieves and
in the theaters.
I think
no, straight to DVD.
I think realistically,
or straight to video.
I think realistically, we have two options for number 5. I think Toy Story. I think Toy Story is a valid option because 2 out of 3 of us had it. That isn't on the list still. 2 out of 3, and then I think that's it. I think that's the only one.
No. Okay. No. There's more. What about Mighty Ducks? We didn't even talk about the Mighty Ducks.
Exactly.
Okay, hold on. Let me get this up. Because this is important, guys. Let me get this up.
Get it up. Research.
I'm gonna do something. Ready for this? Mighty Ducks. Emilio Estevez, dude. Do you remember the Knuckle Puck?
Of course I do.
The Knuckle Puck, bro. And remember that kid that would like skate too fast and he couldn't stop, but he was so fast?
Of course.
And then do you remember the goalie? What was the goalie's name?
Goldberg.
Dude, it's Gold. You remember the movie, dude. It's so good. And then they beat Iceland, and then they beat it's perfect.
But,
Mighty Ducks needs to be on there.
But you're only talking about the first Mighty Ducks.
No, I'm not.
What was the second one about?
The second one was Iceland. Hold on. Let me type this into Google. Let me type in Mighty Ducks
memorable.
Trilogy. Mighty Ducks. No, it is memorable, but
Guilherme, what was the first Toy Story about?
First Toy Story?
Yeah.
Was Woody coming to the realization that he is not the favorite anymore. He is old news.
What was like the big plot point about the second one?
The second one was that they lost Buzz. They lost their family member, and they had to go get him back. No. They lost Woody. Woody got sold because he got hurt. He got thrown out.
He got thrown out, and then the prospector and Jesse came along.
Yeah, and they had
and then what happened with the third one?
2 phenomenal characters. Third one's all about growing up, man. All about leaving home. So good.
Chris, you're still looking up the second one for Mighty Ducks. And
I
Guilherme told you all 3 Toy Stories.
I got it. So Mighty Ducks 1 is where Coach Bombay gets pulled over for drunk driving.
But
and
Chris,
coaches
can I just stop you right there? Can I just stop you right there? You had to look it up. That's the point I'm making. The point I'm making is you're reading it off of a screen. That's the point I'm making.
Okay, but can I explain to you why I'm reading this off the screen? Because in the first one, he didn't play Iceland. The first one, he played like his old coach. His old coach had like the All-Star team, and he had like the Bad News Bears team. Episode 1 of the Mighty Ducks is like basically the Bad News Bears on ice.
I know.
Episode 2 of the Mighty Ducks.
Chris, you had to look it up. You had to look it up. What's the third one about?
It's not even Coach Bombay. It's like his protege, like coaches the team, like that kid does. Charlie.
Great. Dawson's Creek was awesome. I vote Toy Story's on that list.
But there's a 4th Toy Story.
But it's like a trilogy.
Yeah, but this is
first we were a trilogy, and then the 4th one was setting up for a new trilogy.
1, 2, and 3 ended the first story. Just like
Star Wars has 6 movies.
Ended the first story.
No. It'd be like
it closed
saying,
the chapter.
Yeah. Star Wars has 9 movies.
Right, but each 3 are specifically different. 4 is not that much different than 3.
It absolutely is. It's not Andy's story anymore. They're not Andy's toys.
But that chapter is closed. It's the same toys.
Yeah, but it's a new thing.
It's a new thing.
Yeah, but if in Star Wars, if it was still Luke, Leia, and
Luke
Han,
is in episode 7. Luke's in episode 7. Han's in episode 7. Does that not count?
7, 8, 9.
No, because they're not the main characters. They're not the main characters.
What?
They're not the main characters. Luke, Leia, and Han are not the main characters in the sequel trilogy. Buzz and Woody still are the main characters in 4.
I understand what you're saying. You're just wrong about it.
Okay.
I see what you're saying. I acknowledge what you're saying.
It's a different story.
You're just wrong. I see what you're saying.
Someone in the chat says Austin Powers belongs.
Yeah, you said it. Zero 825. All right, so I think we got 4.
Okay, so do we want to talk about
what are our 4 that we agreed on? Lord of the Rings,
Lord of the
Back
Rings,
to the
Back to
Future,
the Future,
Star Wars, Nolan,
Batman. Okay, I'm happy with those.
I'd rather put on Indiana Jones than Toy Story. Or Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, for that matter. Or you know what? One we didn't talk about.
Not on your list because that third movie was bad.
One we didn't talk about. What about the Ocean's movies? Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, Ocean's 13.
I've never seen them, so.
Yeah, but then there's an Ocean's 8, and then there's an Ocean's 14.
Okay, then what about The Hangover?
God, no.
Yeah, no.
2 and 3 are not as good. The first one was such a hit. It was supposed to be a standalone movie, and then they're like, "Oh, we can make money off of
2
this."
2 and 3 was such a money grab that.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
I'm okay with those 4. I don't think we're gonna come up with a 5th.
Do we not want to talk about Look Who's Talking?
No. Have you noticed that all the ones you said we haven't talked about?
But how come I got so many? You guys like only picked 5. I got so many here, man. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to talk about movies.
Yeah, but they're not good.
Because we were only supposed to pick 5.
Again, I think like Look Who's Talking, whatever. All of these movies are 3 movies from the same property. They're not 3 movies telling a story.
I couldn't even tell you what the fuck is Look Who's Talking.
It's where the babies talk.
And then Look Who's Talking Now.
Yeah.
That's all we got. It's been fun, everyone. You're muted. We're wrapping up the episode. I can't even hear you. You're muted. We're wrapping up the episode. You really want to die on Look Who's Talking?
No, I don't.
Babies
I just think we can find a better one than Toy Story. That's all.
Okay, then name some, because I really like Toy Story to be on this 5th.
I love Austin Powers. I love Mighty Ducks. What about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the early 90s? Those are really good. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I would go prequel trilogy. Indiana Jones. All of these I would put in front of Toy Story.
Nope. I'm putting
none of them.
The prequels, I love Star Wars. The prequels are not a more concise and better written story than Toy Story 1, 2. Again, Toy Story 1, 2, and 3, not a lot of time lost. It's a concise story. The acting is good. Again, it pushed technology, animation technology in Pixar. It's just they're phenomenal movies, and they're well written, and they have a lot of heart, and it's just they're good movies.
We got 4 out of 5. We got 4 out of 5. We'll take it.
I'm looking at the chat. I think the people are with me, man. I think we want something that's just not so cinematically reviewed, like something that's just a little more down home, a little more to the heart.
Looking at,
like
no one's talking in the chat.
No, I'm thinking. I think Toy Story is our 5.
I agree. I'm Ryan. That's Chris and Guilherme. And that's on that note.
Oh, that was